found out I was pregnant 8 days to when we were leaving Nigeria. We thought my first pregnancy was eventful, right? Now add more symptoms, relocation, then add having a toddler, and a whole lot more. This is Pregnancy Series 2.0. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bologi Steven, and here we talk about faith, life, love, and all of that good stuff. If this is your first time, welcome. This is a good first time. And I should say for, our OGs returning, there was a little break. I know I was telling you guys some stuff about our relocation, and I just went off abruptly. This is why I just had a baby. Yes, I'm 2 months postpartum. I'm doing well, thank God, but it has been a ride. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about. For the next couple videos, I'm going to be sharing my pregnancy series with you. Some of you watched pregnancy series 1.0. Now this one is like it's a whole lot. I'll be sharing a lot of stuff in this series, of course, how I found out I was pregnant, being pregnant while relocating, yes, the gender, all of that, having a baby in Canada, all of that good stuff. So please stick around for the next couple videos and even longer. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you just like the initial phases, how I found out I was pregnant, all that came with it, all the prophecies that came with this baby, and yeah, some reactions to finding out I was pregnant. That's what this video is about. Now, let's start with how I found out I was pregnant. The funny thing is, people knew I was pregnant before me. Now, I say that my baby was expected and unexpected at the same time. Let me explain. We were ready for our second baby. We also knew that we were relocating. So while we had taken off like the family planning and all of that, somewhere at the back of our head was like, okay, maybe we'll get to Canada and we kind of like settle in a bit, then we can take it. Alas, God had other plans. So anyways, this is us in September, getting ready for our trip. Everything has come together. We've gotten our passport, our flight is booked. We're saying our goodbyes, dashing our clothes. And I'm adding weight, and I'm just feeling like, what's going on? This peace of mind is giving. Like, I was really excited. For the first time, my clothes were not my size. If you've known me for a while, you know that that's a big deal because I've always been the same size forever. I mean, look at me as two months postpartum. So I was really excited, like, oh, I'm adding weight. So I really called all my mentees. They came and shopped. Those girls. Like, gave out stuff. I was just very excited, And then about 2 weeks before we left, I went to church, like Sunday service. And at the end of church, I was greeting my pastor and everything. And he was like, what has your husband done to you? I'm like, Pastor, I'm not understanding. Sha said I look pregnant. I'm like, I beg. I'm not pregnant. We just laughed it off and I went back home. And then my brother and his wife were together. And I was just like, guys, do I look pregnant? This is what Pastor said. And then my husband was like, yes. My sister-in-law was like, yes. My brother was like, no. We just laughed at it and kept it pushing. That's Sunday, right? Monday, my friend calls me. We worked together. So 2 of my friends called me. We used to work together at CBN Africa. And they said that one of them, he had a dream. And in the dream, I was pregnant. So they called to laugh at me like, what are you doing? We are dreaming that you're pregnant. And I'm just like, I'm like, you should leave me. Again, we laughed it off. I told my brother's wife, and all, because we were together for this last few days before we left. And she's like, I'm like, yes, so I'm pregnant. She's like, she'll be taking care of me. So I started milking it. I was like, Gloria, I'm craving this. She'll really cook it for me. She was really taking care of me. I say, hey, this girl, if I'm really pregnant, I must name this girl after you, because she was really, really taking care of me. I won't even lie. And then Like, it was all still funny and vibes. This was like Monday. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was still just enjoying myself, eating food, you know, forming cravings. And then by Wednesday evening, I don't even know what happened. I think I was supposed to have my period. It wasn't really time for me to feel like it was late. You get? Maybe like a day late or something. And I don't know. I don't even know. To be honest, I can't remember exactly why we just decided to do a test. I think it was still part of, you know, just jokes and vibes and everything. And I'm like, Gloria, maybe I should just do tests because like my period is supposed to come today and it does not come. And we're like, let's do tests. This was almost like 10 p.m. guys. We made my brother, my older brother, go and buy pregnancy strip that night. I'm like, I need pregnancy tests. And he was like, can't you wait for tomorrow? Like, no. Anyways, Isha went and bought it that night. Came back. Said, okay, let's try it. Let's pee on the stick. My people, that is how all laughter, all jokes, your sister peed on the stick. And guess what I saw? 2 red lines. Actually, 1.5. One was, of course, very red. The other one was still faint, but you could see it. My husband was there with me. And I'm like, what do you see? And Baba is like, congratulations. I'm like, it was that moment I was like excited, but it hadn't registered. I don't know how to put it. So I go and show my stand. I'm like, Gloria, see, and she just starts screaming. Like, unlike with my first pregnancy, Ethan, that, you know, it was kind of controlled. I was able to capture everybody's reaction and all of that. I'll come to that in a bit. This one, we're finding out together, basically, now, 2 of us, you know. So, like, there was no point. She was just screaming, like, I'm like, oh my God, I am pregnant. Okay. I am pregnant. Okay. And so, like, I mean, like I said, with your first baby, I feel like there's this excitement, and you kind of have a plan how you want to tell your husband, how you want to do this. And I don't know if it's just me. Please, if you've had like your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th baby, please comment below if you kept the same momentum, especially with like maybe telling your husband or family. Please let me know in the comments if it's just me. And maybe also because we're in the midst of like relocation things, a lot of stuff was going on. And then at this point, I even checked, my husband was right there with me. So there was no, telling my husband I was pregnant. We're together. There was no recording. I don't know how I'm going to explain to my baby why we don't have a reaction of the father finding out. But God will help us. Anyways, I told my parents. Again, I don't really remember how. I think I just said it jokingly. Maybe a couple of my friends, I was able to record their own reaction because like it was a couple days later, I had kind of sunk. It had dawned on me, and I'm like, okay, it would be nice to get a few reactions. So I was able to record, you know, a couple of my friends' reaction to it, but not as much as the first one. But what I missed in the announcement, I got in the gender reveal. So stay with me for the episode on gender reveal, okay? But let me tell you where it now starts to get interesting. I found out I was pregnant 8 days to when we were leaving Nigeria. So in the midst of all of the excitement, it was like, oh my God, we're relocating with this pregnancy. Let it sink. Like packing, this is not a trip, this is packing your entire life as you know it, in a sense, and moving me, my husband, my toddler, and the pregnancy that you don't know how the pregnancy will be. Like I said, I found out Wednesday evening. By the next week, Thursday, we were leaving Nigeria. At this point, about 3 weeks pregnant. So, that's where we're going to start off the next video. I'm going to be telling you what it was like relocating with a pregnancy, the early days, what this pregnancy came with, all of the symptoms, all of the good, juicy stuff. Yeah, because there was a little anxiety of, okay, how is this going to be? To be honest, I kept reminding, for those of you that watched my first pregnancy series, if you didn't watch it, it's on this channel. You will enjoy it, trust me. And it'll be nice to compare both, just, put them side by side and see if I've grown in 3 years of mommyhood. But for me, because my first pregnancy wasn't the easiest, a part of me had a little trauma. Like, not maybe trauma is an extreme word, but every time I thought of being pregnant, I wasn't excited about, like, the symptoms. You understand? Not that I wasn't excited about the baby, but I wasn't excited about the possible symptoms. But I just kept reminding myself, every pregnancy is different. Every baby is different. This one will be different. This one will be better. This one will be easier. And I kept praying. Now, in the next episode, you will find out if my prayers were answered as it were, or if I was on my own. Well, never on my own, but you get what I mean. So yeah, in the next episode, we'll talk about what the symptoms were like. We'll talk about relocating with the pregnancy, how that was, how that happened. A 24-hour flight with 3 weeks pregnancy and a toddler. You don't want to miss it. So that's the next episode. I hope you join us next week for this episode. But in the meantime, there's something you can do. Come. I'd like you to share this video with somebody. Like this video. When you do that, more people can see the video. You're telling YouTube that this is good content. Please show more people. So please, if you haven't liked this video and you're listening to me right now, it won't take you anything. Please like this video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel and share with a friend that's pregnant, a friend that's not pregnant, a friend that wants to be pregnant, a friend that has finished being pregnant, a friend, whatever. Just share with anybody and everybody, and I will see you in the next video. If there's any part of my pregnancy you want me to particularly talk about, please let me know in the comment section. I will be reading it and I'll make sure I talk about it. Until the next video, bye.